Bear with me. Oh, very good. Very good morning. See people out there. It is I, the one tea, right? But I guess I didn't make anything, so I don't recommend. Usually I recommend things, but this time I kind of don't. Um, doesn't take black cherry. There's some Rite Aid, and sometimes it's got a little flavor to it, some of these things, but this is really bad. Disappointed. Isn't life full of disappointments sometimes? I sound like Mr. Rogers, right? Is life full of disappointments? I guess that makes the successes that much better. I think. I don't know. Um, it seems like the successes are so far and few between, sometimes stuck in my head. The older you get, things kind of even out. You tend not to get too irate and agitated about things either. You know, I'm not perfect. Sometimes people push my buttons and they really know how. And not trying to, but it's really interesting that I can get so angry. They're not really trying to piss me off, but they do. I think I'm a master at pissing people off too. But what good does that do? It's a little about earlier today, and then what I watched later. I'll start with what happened, and then go back. We'll work our way back. Usually, I start with the earliest and work my way forward, but I want to do it in reverse. Um, so the school that I'm currently attending had a graduation ceremony in Long Beach night, and it was live streamed. So I figured I'd watch. I mean, you know, I really kind of don't care. I'm just going to say this the right way. Now, this is my logic. This is what's going on in my mind. Now, I started doctoral level work 4 years ago. Coming now, we're going to be starting the fall semester, 2022, and so I guess I started doctoral level work ago in the fall, and I knew 4 years ago. I said, all right, well, specialist degree, which was a 30 credit program, but those units are doctoral level. And I said to myself, I figured, okay, well, pick up this degree along the way because I knew going for the doctorate. Say, you know, okay. Sorry, my computer. I don't know why it's running slow, but just gone for the doctorate after my master's. I don't know. But anyway, it took me a year and a half, and I wound up getting a specialist degree. I've talked about this before. In the program, they wouldn't accept the units at the time. I became frustrated, went somewhere else, and I spent a year and a half there to where I did eventually complete all the work to get to the comprehensive exams, which I felt one of the committee members conspired against me from the school I'm currently attending, and I am going to be leaving there. I'm going to be temporarily leaving after this class because, I'm going to be honest with you, I got a better financial aid package. Most more than likely going to another school that I am currently, accepted at, or I already did work as well. So, I mean, look, it's like getting a job, a better offer in some place that you already know. You know what, why? And here's the problem. Here's what the problem herein lies. The value of the doctor degree. Now, I used to think a couple of years ago, I mean, when I got my master's, I already talked about this, and I said, "Oh, when I got my master's, wow, they're going to come after me for jobs and opportunities and things." And I put in some applications, and nobody ever called me. But then I said, "Well, wait, okay, we get this fucking doctor degree. It's a bigger thing, and it is a bigger thing, but not necessarily." Because I cannot tell you how many applications I put in for doctor type jobs in education, basically doc into earning this degree if it has no value. Now, in my mind, what's value? Like in other people's mind, it's other things. But your friends and family are there for you and everything, and that's a big thing. And you wear the cap and gown, and you walk across the stage, and I get that, but I did that already, and I've done it a couple times, and the last time I actually walked on a stage, across a stage, and not dancing, um, was in '09 at the Greek Theater. I think it was at a baseball stadium of all places. I didn't go. My master's degree. I didn't go to Lynchburg, Virginia when I got my educational specialist because I just I came to the conclusion that there's no reason to. I am not a family person. I really don't think of that way. I have a couple of friends. I don't want to inconvenience them, and to me, it's really not a big deal. It's a personal accomplishment, so I kind of do it my own way. I watched the commencement, thing that this going to, and there's this guy that he's a god, he's a motivational speaker. It's really incredible to listen to this guy. He was injured in a roadside, in Afghanistan or whatever. It's unbelievable, you know. Listening to this guy talk with Shiloh Harris. I mean, Sergeant. It was really nice. I liked listening to that, but I didn't care for anything else. The graduation ceremony. I don't, I'm looking at these people, and they're all working at those degrees. Those like the doctorate degree. These people that are getting these, they work in education already. They're already assistant principals. They already hold, levels of work in academia. It's not like the degree. That's all it will, for the most part, maybe, get a pay raise or probably advanced standing, a better job. But for somebody that doesn't have any work experience or not in the field, um, I read articles, too much, not blogs, real articles. You're just going to get the title of doctor. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Now, I'm not saying I'm giving up. The thing, I've already been in another school that I graduated from doctoral candidate anyway. So in a better financial aid package, and that's more money, getting paid to go to school, so I go where what's in my best interest, like if I spend another year going to this current school, yeah, then I'll have, in a year, I could do the same thing, walk across the state, but the problem herein lies, I go to an online school, and their cost of attendance for going, it's not it doesn't pay. Like I thought, getting this said game changer, to use that term, and I really thought it's a very now. Here's the thing: there are many different types of doctorate degrees. You have your now of course a PhD. That's like, but I am not a real scholar. Like I'm not. I was going to transfer into this PhD in advanced educational studies, but I'd have to retake educational stats, again, and that's like that's the kiss of death. I mean, I don't know how the hell I got through statistics at Franklin, but that's nor here nor there. Retaking it through another the P program, I just don't think I can get through this, and I just don't think it's worth it. Like it's just I weigh it all out, and I it's amazing. I go or something really difficult, engineering or something. I don't know, like there seems like there are high chemists, I don't know, but the doctor of education is like a PhD light. Like I know it is doctor, but it's like it doesn't matter. Like it's can handle like educational leadership. Look, I have a friend. He's a nice guy in the world, but he can't even get his high school diploma. He just doesn't. It's not who he is. Like he does kind of grunt work. Handing out flyers and moving shit around. He's not an educational. That's not his thing, and neither am I. But I've been able to grind out these degrees, like my bachelor's, my associates, general studies, liberal arts. That's not I'm not. I got lucky. I found a master's degree in phys ed. It was supposed to be sports administration, but I wound up getting it, whatever. The thing here in life is that I look at these jobs on Indeed, and I'm putting in an application. I yesterday for UNLV. I even wrote a cover letter this time. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But this time it was for like some type of assistant director of student athletes or something. Like so. I mean, it's just my. I got to be honest with you. I got to be honest. I got to be honest with me. My spirit, it's like broken when it comes to any hope of getting a chance, like, and so I sit there and I say to myself, we're gonna, I'm staying in, I'm mumbling, I'm mincing words. It's like one of the worst things I guess I can do is actually graduate. I know it sounds absolutely retarded, but it's like it's true because you're going to school and you're getting money to go to school and you stop, you graduate, then you got to go somewhere else. If you're like a professional student, and I'm not saying this to be like, there's really no alternative. I mean, I can't tell you how many jobs I apply for and nobody ever fucking calls. It's a catch 22 because you don't have the connections, you don't get the work experience. They expect you to intern, work for free. Yeah, so like work for free, and go. That's retarded. It's ridiculous. I'm not going to do that. Um, so it's like a no-win scenario if you think like and these schools, they make this big hado about this graduation. Like I watch it, and it doesn't lead anywhere. It's like just the only people that it benefits, kind of like the school. I mean, doesn't it? Like where's the where you know call it a personal accomplishment. And I remember I told this guy that at the school that I went to that was on my doctoral committee, the fucking guy that conspired against me, he goes, it's not a good enough reason. I cannot believe that. Like, you're gonna tell me why I'm in school. My personal accomplishment is not a good enough reason for me that that my ideas are no good. And that was the beginning of the end. He made sure, like the chair guy liked me. That was fine. But this one guy on the committee, he makes up a third of the deciding factor, and he did not pass my comp exams, and that really hurt when I went to Franklin U, Columbus, Ohio, online. So it's just like I'm not here to like ruin your aspirations to get a doctor. Don't expect the doors to open up for you, as far as opportunity, unless you have previous work experience. And I remember there was a guy, I went to Cal State Northridge, and there was a guy teaching undergrad. He was going for his PhD in geography, and but he's working already. That's he's already got an in. Calling me. Nobody's. Put all these applications. I'm selective though. Like I wanted. I told you, water, no state income tax. You know, it's just like anything. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's an associate's, a bachelor's. You do it for you, for me. And I there's a girl, a girl. She's a couple years older than me, and she was asking me the generic. Well, and she's getting her associates. She's closing in on it, but she's like, well, how long does it take to get the master's? Another 2 years, another bachelor's, another three. And you've been working on your associates, so look at that, like if it's taking you don't have your associates yet, and you've been working on it for like 3.5 years. No, you don't know. It depends what you're trying to get it into, and it depends. There's a myriad number of factors. You could have falling out with professors that could throw you off your major and throw you off to a almost starting all over again. Excuse me. Look, I don't look at it like that. I look at the time. I mean, I got my associate at National University, which took me a year and a half there. But again, the time, the space between the time between me graduating LA and then getting my bachelor degree was 6 years. Me on and off, going here, going there until I could finally find something that I could handle. It was 6 fucking years, really, at the time, based on my financial aid award, which was very generous. Going, it was supposed to be sports administration, but my degree states phys ed, so PE. Doctor thing, they kind of make it, doesn't even doctor of education, they make you jump through a lot of hoops for it, the committee thing. The school that I went to, Liberty University. If you want to get a good laugh, like read the story about the guy that was the president, that they let him go, Jerry Falwell Jr., not his dad. He founded the school in '71, but his son, by nepotism, became president. Why they let him go? He had to resign. But it's a funny story. Spending time on it. But anyway, I went there, and he signed my degree, my educational specialist oversized diploma. Made sure and got the right for it too from the School of Education. It cost me like $200, but it's a once in a lifetime thing, so I put it in the right frame. Anyway, so I'm going to continue on with doctoral work. Hopefully, I'll have doctoral candidacy in a couple months. You know, it's through one school I'm going to now, and then I could return there and I can go at liberty and just get it through them. It's not how fast I can get it because it doesn't matter. Again, how many jobs I apply for, nobody's ever called me. So who cares when you get it? As long as you get it, you know, it doesn't fucking matter. So that's the end of that for now. The title of this episode was really talking about. I'm going to mention something that happened at my gym yesterday. Jeet Kune, martial arts, boxing, movements on the heavy bags at my gym. Lots and lots of variations of kicks, balance, punches, rapid punches, hard side strikes, and also kind of throwing myself around, you know, flipping on AstroTurf, flipping myself over. Um, why is not important, but so there's two bags, 6 feet apart, maybe less. I get in between there and I use them both. And this guy I'd never seen before showed up, and in the middle of my training, he goes, "Can I use one? You mind if I use one of the bags?" And I, sure, go ahead. And what I do is that's all you're gonna get out of me. I'm not there to teach you, to coach you, or get into conversation, unneeded conversation with you, because the gym's only open till a certain time, and I work my ass off in there. When I'm there, this guy he's got some training under his belt. Um, then I'm just off doing my thing, and he tried to throw me a compliment, going, "Oh, you got a good kick." He was telling me was because number one, I am not impressed by my own skill. I don't think it's anything. Um, you know, I don't have excellent balance. You know, through a combination of factors. It's not it's age, but you know, I drank, so I try to do the best I can, and work as hard as I can. Um, so I know he was probably, and I didn't even not acknowledge. I just kept working, and the reason I didn't say anything, he didn't care. If somebody throws you a curveball, like, you know, you're bald or you're ugly, you're fucking Jewish. Why don't they make? I don't seem unexpected. Try to get you mad, and you would just now. Nobody teaches this. He did compliments, and they fucking get. Um, so I employ his philosophy if I can. When the guy told me a compliment, you got a good kick, I just kept working. I didn't need. I don't care. Um, I don't need to stop what I'm doing in my intense training to say thank you. You know, I'm too much of a fucking workhorse. You know, like in that place, I'm just one chick. she's like, I don't know. I seen her there before at my gym. She was with this Russian together, and everything. I haven't seen him since, but this woman, she's like a made up, type blonde, got fake tits, and been seeing her in my gym clothes, and I don't know if she wants me to look at her or something because she's always kind of in my presence as I'm doing my thing, and I give it everything I've got and some, not to impress her, but to just because I'm wired to work my ass off, like advanced, I'm talking, dude. I got snot coming out of my nose. I got fucking like real gut grinding work. Try fucking kicking a bag 500. I counted. I fucking do these fast jabs. 1,000 punches. I mean, one time. I mean, like really. I mean, just now not as hard as I can, but like rapid punches. Boom, 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 just I've hit the bag with bam, 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 bam. Just like working on speed. Now those they can take a little bit out of you too. I mean, your, your feet, having your feet, power, but it's like it's fluid. That control that you have. It's like choreography. Looking good in like fight choreography. Again, I don't have no like if I'll ever get a that's what I'm practicing for like a couple reasons. And it makes my dancing feel a lot better because you're using parts of your body. I do these stretches because I noticed when I went out later after the training, I stopped in these places on Sunset just for a little bit, did a little dancing, and I know it really helps the fighting. Um, so that's really about it. You know, I try not to harbor any delusions. You know, I mean, none of this makes really any money. I still hold the contention that I could play in one of these poker. I researched these poker tournaments that they have like these step tournaments that if you get lucky in 4 days, you can make some sizable money. Say to myself, damn, like I got the balls, because here, what's like $600 to play in a tournament, 600, whatever. If the cards can run if I play like the way that I've been playing to make these final tables, you know, my ship can come in. You just got to be right once in anything, And I got to be honest with you, like I told you, I've seen like this shoebox in Vegas in the Trump Tower, no bedrooms, zero bedrooms, 300,000. I remember it was 229 like a year ago, year and a half ago, and I think they want 300 for it. Now I know that's again, you know, in that fucking place like 1,200 a month. It's a fucking Trump Tower. Uh, but I've seen the condos you know, and work for, pay off the condo, you'd be like retired, or you'd be working for fun, like just to be, I just really thought, that of effort, I didn't overcomplicate my life. I never had kids. I never got married. I don't have any pets. Keeping me here is like, I'm not gonna go to Vegas and pay rent, like seven, $800,000 a month. I'm not gonna do that. I don't. I'm not gonna prescribe uh, on my terms, and otherwise it's just doesn't it's not practical, it doesn't opportunity. You need something to really snowball the right way out. On $125,000 for that tournaments that I've been following, 200,000 guarantee you win that. That's like 60 grand, on average. Like if you win something like that, that's one fucking tournament.